Before I take any off-topic questions, I want to speak briefly about a stop I made early this morning. I had the opportunity to meet the owners of Nutrition Bar Confectioners, a family-owned business that's been operating here for almost 50 years. As many of you know, that location was the subject of an ICE raid, an enormous raid, and I had a chance to talk to the owners, the father Mark, his sons Lenny, Mark Jr. and Jeff, and Corrine Schmidt, about what they endured and what's been happening for the last 11 days since that traumatic event occurred. First of all, for the business, they're struggling to keep their business afloat. I walked the factory lines. They were idle. They make products that are sold in Costco's and Walmart's and stores all across the world, nutrition bars. And they showed me the assembly lines that were silent, where workers had just 12 days ago. They showed me the workers that were still there, but many of them have been traumatized. And many other workers have just not returned, some involuntarily. They've been detained by ICE. There was a raid of over 70 people. I believe 57 are still missing or unaccounted for or in places unknown to the owners. And there's others just too frightened to come back. And what happened on that day was, and I heard this from Corrine herself, she's, a woman who just stood next to me and said, I could not believe that our little business here was subjected to a raid. People wearing masks, bursting in the doors with guns showing. And what they literally did was separated people by the color of their skin. They literally had white people over here and brown people over here is how they said it. And that separation was cruel. To me, it was un-American. It was abhorrent to see that kind of activity and know about it in our own country, much less our own state. And this is what was described to me by the owners. And basically, they rounded up 69 people, all of them Latino at the time, again, sorted by the color of their skin. I was in that room today. I saw where this trauma unfolded. And it just makes you pause. Is this really what America has become? Where agents who claim they're there to deal with violent criminals, turns out they only had administrative warrants. They didn't even have criminal warrants. They misrepresented the justification for even coming on the grounds to the owners who were told stay over here because there's someone who, homicide suspects are on the grounds, which was truly false. So the owners were lied to. But is this in America where we want to have people separated by the color of their skin or where they're from, regardless of whether they have papers or not? One male agent burst into a woman's restroom, literally yanked her off the toilet and made her line up with everyone else. I don't know what you say after describing that. It is so deeply appalling. If it was happening in another part of the world, I would still be shocked. But it's happening in our own great country.